Hey guys, welcome to 25. You're watching the launch of SSO-A atop of Falcon 9 Block 5. This is actually
It's launch reactor on countdown 1. We are go for launch.
This is the third launch of that particular booster, hence why it's so so worn basically. It was originally used on
Gas close.
Bangabandu 1 or something like that. Time to go onto the SpaceX Wikipedia page and find out.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Yeah, I'm interested in launches.
10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And the liftoff of the Falcon 9. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah! Scheisse! Clear day in Vandenberg! Sorry, that took me far longer to realise than it should have. Sorry about that. That took me far longer to realise than it really should have. Right, I'll tell you what missions these were used for.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Falcon 9 has cleared the tower and is now headed upward on its mission to sun-synchronous low Earth
They're all
orbit.
this year, so.
Coming up, the rocket will throttle down for max Q, which represents the maximum aerodynamic stress on the rocket. We're now headed into a series of events that will occur in rapid succession. That's MECO, stage separation, and SES-1, or second engine start 1. MECO is the shutdown of all 9 first stage engines in preparation for stage separation, where stage 2 separates from stage 1, and SES-1 is the ignition of the second stage engine.
And back chills again.
Following
There we go.
SES-1, we will turn
Bangabandu 1,
back to the returning first stage, which
and the
will
second
relight
one was
3 of its engines
Mera
and spec burn
Puti
to head back towards the drone
for
ship.
telecom.
And then finally, we'll
I
see
must
carrier
have missed
deployment
that.
at T+2 minutes and 43 seconds.
I
As
must
mentioned
have
earlier
missed
in
that.
this webcast, we're attempting to recover the pin. While
Oh, that's
we
a
do not
beautiful
have a
view.
live video feed of this attempt, we'll share updates as they become available. So in about 20 seconds, you'll hear a call out from MECO. Let's listen in.
Okay, so there's MECO.
We have MECO.
Separation. And ignition of the Merlin vacuum engine. But also, this isn't going to be a land landing, they're landing on...
And as you just saw, we had a successful main engine cutoff, stage separation, as well as ignition of that second stage engine. And there goes that fairing.
There you can
And
see
there you
it.
can see all 64
But yeah,
satellites
this is
on stage 2
essentially the
headed
same
to
thing as flying
sun-synchronous
back to
orbit.
land. Because... it is... Damn, what's the...
You will hear
Sorry,
the
train of thought's being derailed.
spec burn
Oh yeah,
in a
the...
couple of seconds.
Yes.
That's for stage 1's burn that brings it back in the direction of the drone ship. That burn will cease.
The autonomous spaceport drone ship is so close to the coast, but they can't land on land.
The stage 2 trajectory is nominal and performing as desired. You can see those beautiful grid fins popping up on the left side on stage 1 as it makes its way back
For
down
the
to
reason
the drone
of...
ship. IMVAC-D's power is nominal. That burn is looking very good.
I'm just seeing if I can actually find the... Right, basically they can't fly back to land because some noise constraints. Is Vandenberg. I'm currently on, like I said, marine traffic. There's Vandenberg AFB, so surely I'll be somewhere around here. CAW. No, that's not that. That's definitely not.
Stage 2, impact D engine continues to look good. Temperatures and chamber pressures remain nominal. We have beautiful views of the Earth from both stages.
So just a quick recap in case if you have just joined us. We just had a beautiful liftoff from Vandenberg
Yeah,
Air
okay,
Force
Mr.
Base
Steven.
on our West Coast launch site in California, followed by
Mr. Steven is
amazing
on this
footage of stage
ASDS.
separation, main engine cut off first, then stage S separation.
Oh!
And we see the second engine there ignited
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right, the thing
carrying our
yeah.
payloads into the proper orbit. Now on the left side of your screen there, you see our first stage, which is we're coming back down to planet Earth as we're landed on our drone ship this morning. So coming up in just a few seconds, we'll be initiating the re-entry burn. This is designed to slow the rocket down as it re-enters Earth's
I cannot
atmosphere.
seem to
Then
find...
just a couple minutes later, we'll perform the final burn,
course,
also known as the landing burn, and that will decelerate the vehicle to a gentle landing atop of our drone ship. So there's the visual confirmation of that re-entry burn.
Yeah, I think, see, that is from Vandenberg. Because it's so close. So you can actually get a really good view of the entry burn, which you usually only get for land landings.
This will last for another 10 seconds.
And cut off? Yeah, that's odd because I'm really...
Okay, so now that re-entry burn has ended, we have less than a minute until that third and final landing burn, then followed by touchdown.
I'm very confused. Because, yeah, Mr. Steven is...
Now, as we approach our first stage landing, I'd like to point out that we might lose video coverage out there on our drone ship. There's lots of vibrations as the rocket is coming down towards it, so we might lose our satellite signal. If this is the case, we'll be sure to provide you status updates on that first stage as they become available. We're certainly excited to hear about it here in Hawthorne and across all of SpaceX.
There you go, there's the booster again from Vandenberg.
The first time that we are trying to land this for a third time. So there we can see that final landing burn happening.
If this screws up, everyone's going to be so disappointed.
We'll be looking for deployment landing legs here momentarily.
I'm also looking for that. There we go. There's a ZS. Don't clap yet, you retards. Wait until it's down. And that appears to be a successful landing on, of course, I still love you. Right on that X.
From the crowd cheers here, Falcon 9 has touched down for the third time.
Well done, SpaceX. You did good. You did good.
So as you saw in that shot, Falcon 9 landed on our drone ship. Just read the instructions, which is currently out in the Pacific Ocean.
That's so great. And the second stage is still continuing on with the primary mission, though. We are 8 minutes and 32 seconds into flight. Stage is still burning nominally. It's on a really good trajectory. Power is looking good. Chamber pressures are good. And we're looking at 200,000 pounds of thrust in the vacuum of space with that engine.
The engine itself is basically the same as is on the first stage, except for the larger nozzle, which is optimized for use in the vacuum, where there's less pressure on the outside and more efficiency.
So the second engine cutoff, or SSO-A, That's where we're going to stop burning this engine because ideally Falcon 9 will be in its intended deployment orbit coming up in about 50 seconds.
After that, there's not going to be a deployment video of the deployment because they said they won't be over any ground stations that would be able to receive that.
So, as we mentioned earlier, we won't be able to show deployments of the satellites today because this will be happening, that will be taking over areas where we don't have ground station coverage. So, unfortunately, we won't have any live video feed to provide. Because deployment won't be viewable, we will end our live webcast soon after the second engine cutoff, but please continue to follow along on SpaceX Twitter updates for payload deployment as they become available.
All right, we should be expecting
SSO-A,
and there it is. Let's listen in for whether or not the orbit's good.
No, it should be.
And we have confirmation that stage 2 has reached a good orbit. This is the deployment orbit, and the next step over the course of the next 40 minutes or so is to separate the payloads from the second stage of Falcon 9. And with that, we have reached the conclusion of our day. Please continue to follow on SpaceX Twitter for real-time updates on the rest of this mission, including deployment of the satellites on board today. Thank you to our customer Spaceflight for entrusting us with and to the United States Air Force's 30th Space Wing for range support. And a special thanks to the FCC, the NTIA, and NASA Spectrum Office for helping making today's flight.
I'm sorry, FCC. Do you not mean FAA? Or have I missed something? Because the FCC is the censorship guys.
Be sure to check us out for our
They probably don't like
Sierra
that label, that's what they are.
NASA
They
cargo
best
resupply
accept
mission
it.
to the International Space Station. And that's currently targeted for tomorrow, December 4th at 1:38 p.m. Eastern out of Cape Canaveral, Florida. And with that, from all of us here at SpaceX, have a great day.
Yeah, I'm Bottom25. That was the launch of SSO-A-1. I'm Bottom25. Goodbye.